Namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam udiraye. Before reciting Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisance unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana, unto Narayan Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवति उत्तमश्लोके bhaktir-bhavati naistiki. By regular attendance in the classes on Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam and by rendering service unto the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha. Namaha Pankajanabhaya Namaha Pankajamaline Namaha Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangriye Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna. Dear Vaishnavas, thank you so much for joining. We are reading Granth Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 15 on this wonderful day of Ekadashi. And we read till text number 13 yesterday. This chapter is entitled Bali Mahārāja Conquers the Heavenly Planets. And all this discussion started because Srila Parikshit Maharaj was inquisitive to know about why did Supreme Lord as Vaman beg 3 pieces of land from Bali Maharaj, and even he got what he wanted, that was 3 steps of land, then why did he arrest? So that's how this chapter started. And now Bali Maharaj is all set to go to attack to Indrapuri, the kingdom of Indra. He has the blessings of his guru, the Brahmanas, and Prahlad Maharaj, his grandfather. So the weapons are ready, the bow and arrow, the quiver, the guardline, the chariot, everything is ready. So let's see what happens when he goes to Indrapuri, the abode of King Indra. So we read till text number 12 yesterday. So we'll continue with the next verse, that is text number 13. Hamsa sarasa chakrava Karandava kula kulaha Nalino yatra kridanti Paramadaha sura sevitaha. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Beautiful women protected by the demigods sported in the gardens which had lotus ponds full of swans, cranes, chakravakas, and ducks. Hare Krishna. So these verses from text 12 onwards describe the beauty of Indra's city or Indraloka, which is also part of the material world. Often the people who are in the mode of goodness, they go to heavenly planets. So this is very, very appealing, right? And therefore, even in this world, we see the people like they want to go to hill stations or go for some vacation to beaches or to nice mountains, etc. Some people like water, some people like mountains, etc. So very tempting. Nice gardens, nice animals and birds and ducks and cranes. So very captivating. But this should just ultimately, even if one goes to upper planets doing pious activities, it's like saving for a vacation. And what will happen? You save for a vacation, rupees or dollars, and then when we go for vacation, then the savings will dwindle, and then ultimately one has to go back to work, back to grind. So that means Shena Punya Mrityu Loka Vishanti. When the Punya, the pious credit is over, back to grind. So people like all these things, nice weather, nice houses, nice this, nice that. But ultimately, that's not the goal, and that should not distract us from the real goal, that is back home, back to Godhead. Okay, let's move on. Next verse. Would someone like to read text 14? Didn't get chance yesterday. Anyone?
I can read Prabhuji. Hare Krishna devotees, Dhanvat Pranam, all goes to Srila Prabhupada. Text 14. Akasho Gangaya Devaya Pritam Purihak Bhutaya Prakaran Karanagni Vareno Sattalo Eno Anantena Cha. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Joy. The city was surrounded by trenches full of Ganges water, known as Akash Ganga, and by a high wall which was the color of fire. Upon this wall were parapets for fighting. Back to Prabhuji.
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu. Who knows the meanings of parapets? Anyone knows? Okay, let's see what Google Guru says. It's a low protective wall along the edge of a roof or a bridge or a balcony. Kind of a wall, kind of structure for fighting. They were used to see the enemy and stuff like that. So small wall. So Akash Ganga is present in the surrounded by the trenches of the Ganges, known as Akash Ganga, and high walls and low walls used for fighting. Okay, quite straightforward. So let's move on. Yes, Arun Prabhu or Shikamataji want to read text 15.
Yes.
Please.
His divine grace, Shri Bhaktivedanta Swami, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. ऊपर करें, स्लाइड करें प्रभु जी.
Prabhuji, please slide up.
Looks like there is some delay, or it's right here.
The translation done by Shri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Śrīmad Prabhupada ki jai. The doors were made of the solid gold plate and the gates were of excellent marble. They were linked by the various public roads. The entire city had been constructed by the Vishwakarma.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. There was
Hare
some
Krishna.
connection issues, I believe, but thank you so much, Prabhuji, Mataji, for reading. So again, shows the opulence of Indraloka. Has anyone has doors at their home made up of solid gold plates? Even the kings of this world would not have that. So what to speak of ordinary people? I mean, the thieves would take away the door from outside if they get the door from solid gold, right? So we can't even imagine this opulence. What to speak of door? Door plating also is considered, gold door plating would consider be a very big thing. What to speak of getting solid gold? That would be like, many, many pounds or kilograms of gold for one door, and not just one door, there were doors. So you can imagine the opulence. And therefore, it is very, very, lot of people, you ask, where do you want to go? What will they say? In general, if you ask the masses, they'll say, I want to go to Swarga. You want to go to heaven. Right? That's a standard answer. No one wants to go to Naraka because problems or difficulties. And very rare people have any conception about bhakti or back home, back to Godhead. So therefore the masses, they want to go to Swarga. Why? To enjoy the somras, to enjoy the Nanda gardens, to enjoy the gold, to enjoy the silver, to enjoy the nice facilities available. But it's like going for a vacation for 5 days, 10 days, couple of years. Then what? From the eternal life or eternal journey of the soul, because soul is eternal, spending couple of years in heavenly planets and getting some so-called pleasure, is that it? Do we want to toil hard to get to heavenly planets, or do we want to toil hard or practice the path of Krishna consciousness to go back home, back to Godhead? That choice is ours. And recently in the last class with the kids also I was discussing. So akarma, these three kinds of activities: karma, vikarma, and akarma. So karma will lead to, who will answer that? Karma will lead to where?
Heaven.
Heaven or upper planets. Vikarma will lead to?
Hell.
Lower planets.
Lower planets. And where will akarma lead to?
Back to Godhead.
The mother wants to answer all the questions, because you were present in the class, okay? So to allow others also to answer. Okay? But very nice. So yes, akarma will lead to back home, back to Godhead. So intelligent people want to go to back home, back to Godhead. Yad gatva na nivartante tad dhama paramam. Having attained once, there is no coming back. And that opulence is million times more than compared to any of the Swarga. So it is transcendental. If you remember, we discussed in the, actually Adivada Prabhu mentioned in the story of the three types of gold, right? You remember? Anyone remembers? 3 types of gold? Who remembers? Raise your hand if you remember. For those who were present in the class last weekend. Anyone remembers? All of you were present. 3 types of gold he mentioned. Does anyone remember that he mentioned that? No? Okay, I'll show. Well, there is gold on the earthly planets, there is gold in the upper planets, and then there is the transcendental gold. What does gold in the earthly planets lead to? Any guesses? Greed, stress, challenges, thieves, right? It will lead to all kinds of stress. It's like a throne. If a person is drowning and you put a golden crown on top of his head, what will happen? He'll drown further fast, because Kali resides in the gold. Therefore, too much opulence, gold means opulence. What will happen? It will attract enemies. It will attract thieves. It will attract stress. Oh, how will I protect? Oh, people should not steal my gold. Oh, what will happen to my gold or my property or my assets, my gold in the upper planets. Let's say in earthly planets, if someone is walking with fingers full of gold rings, what do you think? It will attract thieves, correct? They may chop off his hand, right? You may have heard such stories, correct? They'll just chop off his hand to get the rings. So, but in the upper planets, gold leads to a little longer life, prolonged life, and things like that. But the above that, Divya, Vrindavanam, the transcendental abode, that's all, everything is transcendental. All the jewels, everything is transcendental. Nothing is material. Everything is transcendental. So he did mention that in his last class. Do you now remember that we discussed that? A little bit. Okay, good. So in short, in Kali Yuga, Kali resides in gold. That's how Parikshit Maharaj told the Kali that he can reside where gold is hoarded, or in short, wealth is hoarded and not used for the service of the Lord. So that's like a crown which will help us to sink in this world deeper. Yeah. Let's continue. Text 16. Yes, Ekant, you want to read?
Thank you, Hare Krishna, everyone. Text 16. Sabha Chatvara Ratha Yadyam Vimaner Naya Buddhair Yutam Shringa Takhair Manimayer Vajra Vaidhurya Vidibihi. Translation by Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada ki jai.
The city was full of
Courtyards,
wide roads, assembly houses, and not less than 100 million airplanes. The crossroads were made of pearl, and there were sitting places made of diamond and coral.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Anyone of you having an airplane? Some of you have cars and motorbikes and cycles, right? But look at Indra. 100 million airplanes, private jets. Even the richest person of this world, would he have 100 million airplanes or 100 million cars just for himself? No. And just think about how much parking space they would need for 100 million airplanes. But this is heavenly planets. So they are much bigger in every aspect, much more opulent in every aspect. Crossroads made up of pearls and diamonds, sitting places made up of diamonds and corals. Can you imagine that opulence? Sitting places, like public sitting places in parks. In here, they're made up of some plastic or wood or iron. Imagine you're sitting on diamond sitting places, or so certainly worth going, right? But just imagine how much, if a tiny planet like Indra's is so opulent, how much opulence, how much more the wealth of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, he said one of the qualities is unlimited wealth, unlimited beauty. Everything is unlimited. This is just a tiny spark. This 100 million airplanes is a tiny spark of his splendor. These sitting places made up of diamond or coral is a tiny spark of his splendor. If if the spark seems to us like a sun, then can we fathom the beauty, the opulence of Krishna, right? We can't fathom. Therefore, it's beyond our senses, beyond our intelligence. Because to this, it seems like sun, correct? Yes, you all agree? Because we are used to counting, oh, $10, $100, 10 rupees, 1,000 rupees, but they're talking about millions of airplanes. And 100 million, sorry. So it just should help us to comprehend that how great Krishna is and how great all his opulences are, his wealth, his beauty, his opulence, Aishwaryasya, Viryasya, Samagrasya. He is infinite in every aspect. Okay, let's read the next one, 17. Yes, Kashish Mataji, you want to read?
Hare Krishna. Then round to our devotees. Text number 17. Yatra Nityavayo Rupa Shama Virajavasasah Brajante Rupanan Paryo Yarchir Bhirava Vanyaha. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. Everlasting, beautiful, and youthful women who are dressed with clean garments glittered in the city like fires with flames. They all possess the quality of Shama. Purport. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives a hint of the quality of the Shama women. Sheetakale bhavedushna, ushnakale su sheetalah, stano sukartino yasam, tah shamah parikirtitah. A woman whose body is very warm during the winter and the cool during the summer, and who generally has very firm breasts, is called Shama. Thank you, Prabhuji. Back to you.
Thank you, Mataji. So we discuss about the parks, we discuss about the birds, we discuss about the surroundings, we discuss about the diamonds and pearls. Now the residents, such beautiful women, and everlasting beauty and youth. So I heard in one of the lectures that in upper planets they don't get old, right? It's a good place to go then. No old age, right? But still, it's like, or death aspect is kind of like whenever they are about to get old, they're sent to the Mrityu Loka. Something like that one devotee was explaining. It's as good as a person, a company saying that, well, no one leaves our company or no one gets fired from our company. Because as soon as they are about to, when they're not doing well, they kind of arrange such circumstances that the person has to go or leave himself only. Basically, the pious credits are over and then the enjoyment quota is done. And whatever health, wealth, beauty may be there, it's ultimately short term. It may seem to be long term from their perspective, but from the eternal journey of the soul, it's just a tiny, infinitesimal point. And we have discussed time and again from the Bhagavatam that how the residents of the upper planets pray for something. Who would like to share what do they pray for in this connection? Yes, Kashish Mataji.
They pray for taking birth on planet Earth so that they can do bhakti and get the mercy of Lord.
Thank you so much. It's a very nice point and very, very important point. All these great demigods, Indra, etc., they pray so that they can get birth on the earthly planet system. Now the question may come, why do they pray? Well, Why do they pray? To get to do, so that they can do bhakti here, but can't they do bhakti there? Right? So what's the answer?
There is no path, right, to go to Vaikuntha from upper planetary system.
Okay. Okay. Anyone else?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, yes.
Prabhuji, if one will try to do pious activities like bhakti on Swargaloka, then there will be many of the distractions there.
If one tries to do pious activities there, or bhakti there. Pious
There will
activity and
be
bhakti are different things.
means any of the things he will try to do, then there will be lots of apsaras will come and say don't do it like that.
Okay, nice. Anyone else?
It's not conducive. Heavenly planets are not conducive for bhakti to take complete shelter of Krishna. Only Earth planet is made in such. We read that this in Canto 5.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mataji. It's a very nice point. How many of you, feel that when there is difficulty in life, we really chant nicely, or we really call out sincerely? Have anyone of you felt that? When we are going through some reversal, or loss of a dear one, or some job loss, or some loss of a dear one, or something, health crisis, anything, health, job, any other emotional issues, we take deep shelter. Have anyone of you felt like that? I think we all have, felt at some point or other. But when things are going fine, okay, job is going okay, health is okay, family is okay, then we're also chanting, but I'm sleeping during my chanting, or not paying attention during my chanting. But when, like, I'll share one instance. I was going in a bus, and the bus met with an accident, and somehow it was safe. But when the bus met with an accident, I was chanting and I was sleeping. So, and then suddenly everyone was awake, wide awake. And then, oh my God, after that, now it's like a life, second life, right? Because with that accident, anything could have happened at any point. So luckily, no one was injured or dead. Everyone was safe, but it was a major accident. And then for the rest of the journey, I can never forget that. I was super attentive. So I'm sure we all have gone through those phases. And that's what Mata Kunti also prays and says that Janma Aishwarya Shruta Shribhir Edamana Madhapuman Neva Avaharti Avidhatum Vai Tvam Akinchana Gocharam. When a person is puffed up with wealth, with beauty, with knowledge, with high birth, oh, I am very beautiful. Oh, I am very knowledgeable. Oh, I have lot of wealth. I can buy anything. I have lots of servants. I have lots of cars, nice property, nice this, nice job. I'm all set. I don't need anyone. Same with beauty. All these things not allow us to take shelter of Krishna from our heart. Akinchana gocharam. Akinchana means jiska kuch nahi hai. Kinchan means thoda to hai. Kinchana, little bit he has. Akinchan means he has nothing. How did Draupadi Mata call out to Krishna when she was being disrobed? She had tried everyone to seek for help, but later she became completely akinchana. And same applies for anyone, whether it's the story of Dhruva, whether it's the story of Prahlad, whether it's the story of Mata Draupadi, whether it's the story of Gajendra. All these devotees, Bhagavatam is teaching how to live these principles. All these devotees are teaching one thing, and that is to call out for the Lord as our life and soul in a kinchan way. That means that He is our life and soul. He is our everything. He is our supreme master, supreme protector, supreme father, supreme mother, supreme everything. Then He will certainly listen if we call with that attention and intention. But if I am callous, if I am kind of materially too satisfied, puffed up. Oh, I have a nice job. See, I'm educated also. See, I'm youthful, young and strong, and I think I'm doing good in my career. I don't really need. Maybe Krishna. I think I'm good, but still, if you want, you can get. Then Krishna will also say, well, if you think you're all good, then good. Stay good. Stay happy. So, but if someone calls with akinchan bhava, namo akinchan vittaya nivritta gunavittaya, he is the friend of those who think they are the most fallen. Musama patita prabhu nahi tribhuvani. All the great Vaishnava acharyas, they're saying that I'm the most fallen, not just for the sake of saying, but they're feeling it from the heart. They're calling in that with an akinchan spirit. So all these wealth, opulence, diamonds, pearls, in 99.99% of the situations will not allow the person to call out from the heart. Therefore, earthly planets have a nice combination of joy and sorrow. And Krishna puts some challenges in the lives of his devotees so that they can take sincere shelter of him. So, any other comments, any additions on this subject? Okay, let's continue to move on with text 18. Would someone like to read who's not read? Puna Mataji, you want to read?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam everyone. Text 18. Surastri Kesa Vivrasthana Vasaigandhika Srajama Yatra Modamupadaya Marga Avati Marutam. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Prabhupada ki jai. The breezes blowing in the streets of the city bore the fragrance of the flowers falling from the hair of the woman of the demigods. Back to you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank
Hare
you, Mataji. So, again, these flowers are also very, very fragrant, very, very special. And these beautiful women with beautiful flowers in their hairs are spreading that beautiful fragrance. So in short, very nice atmosphere. Right? The whole city is covered with these nice breezes. So, and we discuss in the story of Gajendra also that in modern day, what do they apply? Deodorant and perfumes and this and that, right? To cover the foul smell of the body, in short, right? So that they don't smell bad and they smell good. But these upper planets, their bodies are so fragrant that the water in which they bathe, they becomes fragrant by the body of these apsaras and these upper damsels of upper planets. We read that in the Gajendra story. Now, this should all, in that purport, Prabhupada reminds us of Vrindavan, of Goloka Vrindavan, that how beautiful must be the gopis and the Vrindavan Dham and all the Vrajavasis, and of course the topmost amongst them, the queen of all the gopis, Srimati Radharani. Okay, so we can move on to the next verse. Yes, Moksha Mataji, you want to read, please?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Text 19. Hema Hema Jalakesha Nirgachad Dhemu Meghna Guru Gandhina Pandurena Pratichena Marge Yanti Surapriya. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Apsaras on the Apsaras passed on the streets, which were covered with the white, fragrant smoke of aguru incense emanating from windows with golden filigree. Thank you, Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Anyone knows where else this agru smell is mentioned? Okay, please, Mataji, please tell everyone.
Krishna Dandat Pranam. It's mentioned that a mother, she feels that that is Chatushma, that smell of aguru is, I think, mentioned there, but also Putana. When she was burnt, it smelled like aguru. Right, Prabhu?
Yes, I was referring to the Putna one. Yes, I know that one. So thank you. Another question may come. Agru is like a good smell, very, very fragrant. Now, how come a monstrous like Putana smell like agru? And we discussed that because of the touch of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Her whole body was purified. And when the Vrajvasis were burning the body of Putana, and it was smelling like agru. That's where this agru smell also comes. So, and as I mentioned, I want to read from Canto 8, Chapter 2, text number 8, purport, because Prabhupada is mentioning a beautiful point when these damsels go to Trikuta mountain. Similar point, the water is as crystal as clear as crystal, and when the demigod damsels bathe in, their bodies lend fragrance to the water and the breeze, and thus enrich the whole atmosphere. So Prabhupada mentions in the purport, since the bodies of the damsels in the upper planetary systems are so beautiful, we can just imagine how beautifully formed are the bodies of the Vaikuntha damsels, or damsels in Vrindavan, Goloka Vrindavan, so above Vaikuntha, or the damsels of Vrindavan, the gopis, and Lakshmi Devi, Radharani. You can't imagine. So they are nothing in front of the, for example, like compared to these celestial beings, any Miss World, Mrs. World, whatever competitions happen in Miss India and Miss, I don't know, continent and universe, whatnot, it's all the same one, but they're having Miss Universe, it's only one. They're not actually going, they're just talking about this little earth, but they say Miss Universe. So if they really do a Miss Universe competition, one devotee was mentioning that they'll be like frogs in front of these damsels from the upper planetary systems who are also part of this universe. So this competition is not really Miss Universe. It is just like then that country or that continent. So the most beautiful person would be like frogs in front of these damsels. And the most beautiful damsel in the upper planet will be like frogs in front of the damsels of Vaikuntha. And the damsels of Vaikuntha's beauty is nothing compared to the damsels of Vrindavan. And amongst them, the topmost devotees. So a pure devotee like Prabhupada, anytime there is a reference of beauty, Prabhupada, if the beauty this creation is so beautiful, how beautiful the creator must be. So we can also think like that and train our mind and think like that. Okay, let's move on to text 20. Anyone who's not read?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, can I?
Yes, yes.
Hare Krishna devotees, and Pranam, all praise to Srila Prabhupada. Mukta Vitane Mani Hema Ketubir Nana Paka Pataka Valabhi Avratam Shikhandi Paravata Brhankan Naditam Vaimanika Strikala Gita Mangalam. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The city was shaded by canopies decorated with pearls, and the domes of the palaces had flags of pearl and gold. The city always resounded with the vibrations of peacocks, pigeons, and bees, and above the city flew airplanes full of beautiful women who constantly chanted auspicious songs that were very pleasing to the ears. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Again, further describing the beauty of Indraloka. Mentions about the flags. Now the flags are also of pearls and golds. Basically, everything is very, very opulent. The sitting places are of pearls and golds. The roads have corals and pearls on the sides. So, in short, very, very pleasant atmosphere, right? Everyone is surcharged with mode of goodness. Nice singing, nice weather, nice smell, nice water, nice grasses, nice birds, nice. That's what everyone wants to go there, because everything is nice. But for a short term. Shina Punya Mrityu Loka Vishanti. So like one may, collect, let's say $1,000, $5,000, $10,000. Oh, I want to go to Switzerland. Nice vacation, nice mountains, Alps, and nice water, and nice this, nice that, nice accommodation. But after that, the saving is done, and back to grind. So struggle hard again. Prakriti sthani karshati. The struggle will continue. So an intelligent person wants to do something long-term, not just short-term pleasure. But this is just the description here so that we can be alert, so that we don't get carried away with the short-term pleasures. Text 21. Yes, Sampada Mataji, you want to read?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Mridanga Sankha Naka Dundhubi Swa Nahi Satala Vina Murajesta Venubhihi Vitai Sabha De Upadeva Gita Kair Manoramam Swaprabhaya Jita Prabham. Translation. Srila Prabhupada. Translation. The city was filled with the sounds of mridangas, conch shells, kettle drums, flutes, and well-tuned string instruments, all playing in concert. There was constant dancing, and the Gandharvas sang. The combined beauty of Indrapuri defeated beauty personified. Thank you. Back to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. So, in other words, describing the beauty of Indrapuri, the sound of mridanga, conch shell, all these are mode of goodness, flutes, string instruments, They are very, very expert in every way, in singing and musical instruments, and the Gandharvas, Apsaras, lot of beauty, lot of talents. So one time His Grace Gauranga Prabhu was mentioning that they had some Ramayana Katha at a very nice, pleasant place around the beach. And there was very nice weather, very nice kind of environment set up, and nice prasadam, and everything was very nice, like very nice kind of natural. And he was mentioning that people had a very hard time to focus, because someone will look at, oh wow, nice ocean, beach, wave coming, oh nice birds chirping. Just imagine, like, and then if someone is speaking Bhagavad Katha in the middle of this place, well, someone look at all these things. Oh, look at those birds. Oh, so cute, so cute. Oh, so look at those apsaras. Wow, they're dancing so nice. The Bhagavad Katha is going on, and the mind will run even in a solitary place, correct? In our home, which we are so familiar with, right? There's nothing new in the home. We are so familiar with our home or the place where we are chanting. There's nothing new. But still the mind runs in different directions, right? Hundreds and hundreds of different ways it tries to run. Now a place where, okay, birds are chirping and apsaras here, and someone is dancing, and then the Bhagavatam class going on. It'll be quite difficult, right? To focus. Very, very difficult. And then nice ponds to take back, and then comes the peacock, and then comes the cuckoo, and then comes the swan. So no doubt the mind will get carried. Therefore, earthly planets is a good place to practice bhakti, because too much wealth, opulence, certainly is not conducive. It's not conducive to practice Krishna consciousness. And there are multiple examples of that. Okay, any other comments, questions, additions anyone has before we pause for today? Okay, so we will pause here and we'll continue tomorrow. Tomorrow is Varadvashi, so the appearance day of Lord Varadev. Okay, so we'll have a wonderful Katha. Actually, I misspoke yesterday. It's not Katha, is tomorrow. Actually, it's not today. So I misspoke yesterday. So I hope you'll forgive me for that. So thank you so much. Grantraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai, Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveta Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai, Shri Kadasha ki jai. Mancha kalpatarubhyascha kripasindhubhya eva cha pratama bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.